Oopsie daisy. All right. Good morning. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So y'all saw me yesterday make these beautiful backgrounds. And now I'm going to add a little bit to some. And I do it two different ways. And I ironed them, so they're pretty crisp. Some are a little wonky, but not bad. Just kind of flatten them like this a little bit. Good morning, Kim. So what I do is, oh, that one's done, is I just kind of grab one. I grab a color, and I'm using some art sand. All right, sorry about that. The hubby is asking me a question. All I do, I'm using RDI sand, some Marco W2, and I have other colors I'm going to actually get that are art markers or paint markers. I have a lot of them. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot of them, but I do use them all, so. These are all my paint markers. And like I said, I do use them all. Trying to find me a basket. There we go. I need a basket. Sometimes, there we go. Boom. All my paint markers. But I got a lot of them in a D stack, so. Like I bought them new. Find good deals. Something that I use a lot of. I grab and go. So that the markers were one of them. So, and they were brand new. So we bought them and yeah. Okay. Like I just bought, these are from Hobby Lobby. These type right here. Sabrina bought them. She sold them to me, I think, maybe $1 less than what she paid for them. I'm not even sure. I didn't care. And then she bought these Art Eye Sand, ones from a D-Stash herself and didn't realize she didn't like them. These I bought new. Art Toolie I bought new, but I got a good deal on them. So, you know, and they're all in here now because I had them in different spots. And I realized that wasn't making sense. I don't like this basket because the handles are falling out, so I'm going to cover that. But, so what I do is, I just doodle a little bit on them. I do my cards in a couple different ways. So, I determine, do I just want to do a little line on the edge? And I'll look at, and let's see, let's just go around that square there, that square there. We'll go on that square, I'll move over here, and then I'll do this one. There we go. Just, and then I turn it over. And I'm just gonna go inside the circles on this one. And see, these are the ones I already did this earlier. Yeah. Yes, I do. You'll see that on these. I don't because I'm selling these, but these right here, I may stamp a design on. But these, I kind of just add a little bit and leave them plain. So if the person wants to use them in a certain way, but these index ones, I may stamp on. Blue. Did you find what you're looking for earlier, baby? I don't know what to tell you. What light? Good morning, Candy. My husband is underneath my table at the moment, guys. I have a 5-packer I use to plug in, and since I had to put my metal shelf in, we had to rearrange stuff. You can unplug stuff.
You sure that ain't a 6-packer?
And that, or a 6-packer. That's to my printer, so after we get that hooked up, we can run that cord. Or I think it already is running around. Yeah. But he's going to be drilling so my 5-packer's stable, not on the floor. I keep running over my cords.
Ooh.
I hear him thinking?
Yeah, well, there's something else that's an issue too.
What?
The devil pulled him out of the leg on the table behind. Oh. Yeah, that leg. Dowels.
Just probably needs
here and down here.
probably just needs to be slammed together.
Yeah.
Alright.
The wood gotta be stuck in the hole. And I got what I needed to get. Yeah, was a keen or something to that.
I figured that's weird. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Can't help you. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I don't touch it.
I got that all right size that I need.
I don't touch your side. So what are you guys ladies doing today? I may be going to the pumpkin patch with the grandchildren. I haven't decided yet. I probably will. I never say no to them. And I haven't seen them for almost 14 days, so I might probably be going to the pumpkin patch with the grandchildren today. This one, okay. So I'm just gonna go in the center so slowly. Follow the line. And getting ready to teach this morning. And I could grab a stencil and stencil if I wanted to, but I usually just use what I've already made. Like I got little lines here, so I'm just gonna kind of follow those and just add a little bit. I don't want to overdo it, so I'm just adding to it. That's all I want to do. Sometimes I just add a border or a border going around because I like what's happening. Like this one, I'm probably just going to add a little line border. And leave it. Here's another one. There's so much going on. I like it the way it is. I might, see, yeah, I'm just going to go around the pink circle just to add to it. Just a pink circle. And I'm going to go line, 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 line. And I'm going to skip, and then I'm going to go line, 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 all the way down. Skip, line, line. Like this one, I love how it just looks. So I'm just going to find me a color, and I'm going to do an outline. Here we go. Hi, Stephanie. There we go. I'm actually going to go dot, 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 dot. I was flipping out Stephanie yesterday because we got in a conversation about if a car is stolen and there's children in the car, why parents aren't getting charged for leaving their kids in the car. And I go, because, and she flipped out. She didn't believe me until I had to send her the stats. She's like, why aren't these parents getting charged for leaving their children in their car? I said, because most states don't have a law that says you can't leave your kids in the car. It's only if they get charged with like neglect, manslaughter, and all that. If say you left your kid in a car and he suffocates from heat, but there's no law against leaving your kid in a car. There's only 19 states out of 52 states that actually have a law. You can't leave your kid in a car. Matter of fact, Steph lives in one state. It's called Brian's Law. My state, and I don't have one. She was flipping out because I was telling her a story where Diamond and I were at Walgreens. And Diamond and I ran in Walgreens. We come out of Walgreens, and this lady starts going after Diamond by leaving her children in the car unattended. And she called the cops on Diamond. Well, then when a police officer gets there, he can't deal with it because the police officer that responded, I knew on a personal level. So he had to call in another officer because he couldn't handle it because we know each other on a personal level. So the other police officer, he calls in, requests another officer, and at the place, the Walgreens I was at, the police station is right down the road. So the sergeant happened to be going past, heard the call. He stopped in before a regular officer could respond. She's telling a police officer she wants Diamond arrested for child neglect, blah, 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 on. And he says, I can't do that now. And she's like, why not? She neglected her children. She left in the car unattended, blah, 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 goes on and on. And he says, we are one of the states, there's no law against leaving your child unattended in a car. And the only reason I knew about this at the time, because I told the lady, there is no law against leaving a child in your car unattended. She goes, yes, there is. And I said, okay, whatever. The only reason I actually even knew about that Wisconsin didn't have that law is they did a local news thing after an incident happened in another state where a child was left in a car, okay, and died. And they were talking about, believe it, yeah, he's lying to you. And that's the only reason I knew about this, is it happened to be on a local TV news thing they did, in death reporting. It's the only reason I knew. I always thought there was too. So this lady is just going off on this police officer, just losing her mind on him. Okay. And that's another one I got done. That's another one I got done. And she's just losing it. And he pulls up the stats. Okay. So then by that time, a second officer arrives and he's handling the situation because let's put it this way, I was ready to bitch slap that woman, man. Because I went to her right in front of the officer. I said, when you go to the gas station and you pump gas, you have your children with you, right? She goes, yeah. I said, do you take your children into the gas station? She's like, no, I run in real quick and pay for my gas. I'm like, no difference. Yeah, it is. You've been in the store for half an hour. She lied about how long actually me and Diamond were in the store, for one. And we had a witness that pulled in at the same time we were. He told the cop, he goes, they were lucky they're in there. All they did is grab soda at because Walgreens had soda 3 for $10. Okay. So and it was limited 3. So Diamond went in to grab me 3 Mountain Dew. I bought 3 Pepsi. That's what we were doing. And he goes, they weren't in that store no half an hour to an hour. He goes, they didn't even go they walked in the door, grabbed soda and went to checkout. I watched it, he says. So this lady's going on. She wants Diamond arrested, blah, 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 going on and on. And I said to the officer, we didn't leave these children unattended, and there's only 2 children in the vehicle. I said, there is no baby. Riley was a baby. She was actually home with Scott. The car seat was in the car because Diamond left the car seat and just grabbed Riley out of the car seat. You could see the little car seat, so he goes, well, and he turns and the officer goes, kind of looks like she's unattended. And I'm like, Zaber, get out of the car. Zaber's like, what? I said, get out of the car. So my son gets out of the car. Diamond's vehicle had 3 seats, front, second, and third. Zaber's in the third. Okay. They're all watching a movie on these screens in this vehicle Diamond had. Jumps out of the vehicle, and I said to the officer, I would like to introduce you to my 19-year-old son. We purposely took him with us. We made Xavier go with us that day so we could do this run in, run out, and not have to haul in the kids. Because Scott said he'd keep Raleigh, but he wouldn't keep the other 2. So we paid Xavier to go with us. Officer looks at me, and this woman stares at me. And he goes, "I don't believe he's 19 years old." Saber whips out his wallet. And I said, "Secondly, woman, 12 years and old 12 years and younger can sit in a car with their sibling. Allie right now is 11 years old, can be left alone with her siblings up to 3 years old." And the police officer is showing all these stats to her, and she is just pissed, just pissed. So she's like, she literally went, "Well, F you all," hopped in her vehicle, took off, almost hit a car going out of the Walgreens driveway, runs a stoplight, and all of a sudden the officer gets out, and I'm like, she got pulled over and ticketed. And I just think sometimes like these Karens of the world, I get it. I finally got it that time. And I said, "You know what's funny is they care more about dogs in vehicles than they do little human lives." Personally, there should be like Steph, who's in Kentucky, does have a law. It's called the Bryan's Law to protect children left in vehicles. But statistic wise, because I read more into it, officers don't know about it. They don't know. It's basically um, officers' judgment. They can turn it, and the thing is, they don't arrest you. They turn it over to social services and for social services to handle the situation if they find it neglectful. That's why you don't see a lot of parents arrested for leaving their kids in a car. It gets sent down to social services. Social services check in and determine if it's a charge. Yeah. I remember another case, Sam's sister. His parents were at the casino. She needed 20 bucks. She parked in a handicap spot, left Anna in the car real quick, ran in to get the 20 bucks for her parents. Security guard came around, noticed that Anna was in a car, got Anna in a car, took her back to the security office, and she didn't get in trouble for leaving her child in the car. She got a ticket for parking in a handicap spot. That's our system. That's how it is. Stuff like, "You sure?" And I sent her everything. She's like, "Oh my god." And I'm like, "I told ya." Yep. There's only 19 states that actually have laws that that prohibit you leaving your child unattended in a car for up to some point. I mean, Diamond would come and get me just so she could put gas in the car and not have to bring her kids into the gas station. I mean, so it's a it's a judgment of your parental. How the officers, it's a judgment call. Now leaving your kids in a car for 3, 4 hours, yeah, that would be, but yeah. But, the look on her face when my son got out of the vehicle was priceless. I wish I would've videoed it, because all she saw was Allie sitting there in a car seat. Yep. All she saw was Allison sitting in a car seat. She never kinda peeked in the vehicle to see if anybody else was in the vehicle. She told the officer, "There's 2 children in there, and the baby and that little girl." Well, guess what? There was no baby. It was actually Allison and my son, Coda and Coda. Coda was back by my Coda was back by Xavier. He got out of his car seat. He was chilling with his uncle. Yep. It was priceless. But it just shows not every state has the same one, you know? Because that's why I said to Stephanie, probably because they don't have a law. You can't arrest a parent for leaving your child in a car. She goes, "That's against law." I said, "My state there isn't." She she kinda she thought the officer was lying to me. I'm like, "Nope." So I showed her. Yep. Out of 52 states, there's only 19 that have a some sort of code or some sort of law that protects the child in a car. Now, like I said, if the child dies, then it falls into neglect, homicide, manslaughter, and so forth. Oh, I was telling Joe, have at it. She was like, "Excuse me, that don't seem right." She thought the same thing. When I'm out because we got talking about stuff, different things, and I'm like, "Here's one for you that Steph sent me." She was flipping out too. She's like, "Yeah, that don't sound right." Because we were talking about upcoming cases. Me and we got and Joel's in Georgia. I said, "Man," because they're picking a jury for the father and son and the neighbor that shot that black guy jogging. They claim it's self-defense. They picked a jury next week for that, and I was telling Joe. So we were talking about little cases, and I'm like, "Here's a good one that Steph shared with me," and I sent her the link. I tried to send her a link, and I couldn't send it, but I did find it on YouTube, and she's like, "Why would you put" and you know what? Her reaction was the same as me. "Okay, you're gonna bury your loved one's ashes. Why would you bury them on the side of the house, not in, like, a spot in the backyard, decorate it to remember him, and so forth? Why wouldn't you go out as soon as you saw it and the so close?" I mean, there's not much space between that if you look on the pictures. There's not a lot of space. It's only, like, maybe a width of Tim Holtz, maybe 2 of Tim Holtz mats between property lines. Why would you pick that spot on the side of that this I think I think she's trying to pull a fast one. I personally do. And why would you wait a year to file? I guarantee if she claimed and I you watch Steph, you're gonna find out that when she told them, they went looking for it. You're gonna find that out. And she's trying to play the public sympathy because she finally found a lawyer to take the case. Yeah, disturbing the grave. How do you know it's a thing is, I was looking up statutes for that too stuff. Remember I said that you sure? You have to mark it as a grave. There was no marker, so they wouldn't even know. And that was all accidental because they screwed up on their construction. But you personally supposed to mark it so people know it's a gravesite. Yeah, I looked that up. So you can't here in the state of Wisconsin just bury somebody. You got to get permits, and it's a bunch of BS. Personally, my godparents are buried on their own land. Okay, actually, their cremations are. And I asked my godfather's godparents' son last night because I'm be um they still had to let the state of Wisconsin know because now it's marked as a cemetery on their land. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. Thing is they didn't get if she filed immediately, they still built that house and didn't stop. So that's what got me that there was no and when I was looking, I think she didn't get no court hearing or usually they'll do a quick hearing and they'll stop the process of building that house. So I'd like to know when she actually filed those papers. Because I would think that a smart attorney would ask for a junction or something to stop the build of that house next door to her so they could have found that urn. They basically waited till the house, I'm thinking, this is just me, that they waited till the house was built. Because you could probably got a junction for stop, personally, my opinion, to stop the build of the house, that they would have to start looking for the urn. I mean, what was the end? Was it in a beautiful urn? You would think that would be easy to find. You sift through all the mounds of dirt. Get a metal detector out there if it's in metal. You know what I mean? That just don't sound, it's odd. I think she's trying to find a quick buck and she's, yeah, and why would you bury somebody's ashes so close to a lot line? Because that's pretty close if you look at the pictures. There's not much space between her house and that lot next door to her. Of all the spots you're gonna bury somebody, oh, this one might be dead. Oh no, there it goes. I think it's hinky. I really do. I think I'm just gonna leave that one just the way it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that one. This one I'm gonna add a little because I wanna doodle. I think it's a little hinky. And now she's trying to get public sympathy. Yeah, I found it on YouTube. Also, Steph, I'll send you the link on YouTube. Let's see, where'd I get it? Because there wasn't a lot of comments on YouTube about it. Let's see. Oh man, right here. Okay.
We're giving out a ton.
I was reading the comments. I like people's comments. I have empathy for the children, but that's a great place to bury remains, especially when you know another house will eventually be dug out. I have my brother remains and would never dream of putting his ashes next to any property line. Ignorance, blame, and it appears to be all about money. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Just trying to get a quick buck. I don't think it's going to cost her more attorney fees. They'll fight that out to the bitter end. They'll give her, here's $1,000. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I found to share with Joe because I couldn't share the link you sent me. Yeah. It's just, of all the places to put your loved one's ashes is on a property line. That don't make sense to me. I'm sorry. And not have a marker. But you sit out there and watch the stars with your daughter. Hinky. My brother's ashes sit on my dad's fire mantle. And then for my mom, because my parents were divorced, my brother wanted to go in the lake. And I know my mom, for some sort of closure, needed a area, okay? and needed some place that she could sit, reflect. So we have my great grandparents' land that was split between the three sons. Those sons gave each one of their children a chunk of land. My mom sold her chunk of land, which we always were hoping that someday we could buy it back, but we never had the opportunity. So I planted a tree and took a little crock like this big that held that cheddar cheese in it years ago. I don't even know if they still make them. And I found one of those about this big, and I engraved it with an engraver, my brother's name, the date of my brother's death, the whole 9 yards, a little message. Scott put some of his ashes in it, and then we sealed it. And we dug a hole, and we put the ashes in the hole. And I laughed because I put a can of beer down there with him. So next to his little urn that I made him was a can of beer because I didn't buy my brother an urn because we were supposed to be putting my brother in the lake. So I didn't invest in an urn for him. He only showed up in a little black box with a bag with his ashes. So it bugged me after my dad was stubborn because my dad didn't want to do it yet. My mom was so mad, so I came up with the idea. I split the ashes in half, gave my dad some, gave my mom some. My brother's ashes are in a beautiful wine. I went to Walmart and I found this. It's about this big. It's wood, has this real pretty detail on it of trees and a deer, and you're actually it's supposed to hold a wine bottle. So I put the rest of my brother in that, and that's what's on my dad's fire mantle. And then I made the one that's underneath the tree, and he is planted. And we got bricks going or little beautiful rocks going around the tree. We have a bench out there by my aunt's, and my mom had that spot. When she'd go up, she could sit there and reflect. And I almost dug it up after my mom passed away to put him with my mom, or got the ashes from my dad, and I kind of wish I would have did that. But you're not thinking. But I gave my ashes because I had probably about this size, little bit of my brother's ashes, and I put them with my mom when she passed away. So they're somewhat together, I guess. They're together regardless, but because my mom was cremated too, so I put what I had of my brother, I put in with my mom when she passed away. Yeah. Mhm. You guys can see that. Oh yeah. Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be a pretty side. Let's do blue. I'm just gonna do oh, you can't see the blue. So let's actually see if I can see the green. There we go. The green you can see. I'm just doing little dash lines. Thank you. Now, there's a fade of circles. Can see the fade of circles? Very faint. So what I'm going to do is you got one, they're all lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go this way on this one and just do it. And then here, and then I'm going to go here, and then this one, and that one, and that one, this one, that one. There we go. You can't see that color. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's do blue. Can't see it. Fades in. Just about adding a little bit more to them. That's all I'm doing. I will be right back, ladies. It's a little nippy in the house this morning. My feet are cold. I'm kind of cold. I got me my sweat on and put a pair of socks on. We haven't turned on the heat yet in the house yet. It's 51 outside here. It feels like 47. It's supposed to get 60, but it will still be cold because I think there were some tornadoes up in Ohio last night. National Weather Service is going to have to evaluate the. See. Oh, I don't even know what temperature it is. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, I got a message. Yeah, whatever. 65. Come on. 43. Never mind. 43. That's what I'm at. 43 right now. Yeah. It just updated. We haven't turned our heat on. And Scott mentioned it last night. He goes, baby, think about turning the heat on. And then just to get it's basically a chill in the house. And oh, this is my fall temperature. I'm in my fall. We're all, and so just to get that dampness, because it's that chilly dampness feeling that's in the house right now. And I told him whenever he's ready. So right now we're both wearing sweatshirts and keep kind of. So we haven't turned ours on yet. Got all these to do yet, and then it's the next bunch. The next bunch isn't in color. Well, I live in Wisconsin. I live in Green Bay. I'm 6 blocks from Lambeau Field, Kim. I can hear the Packer games from where I am. I don't plan parties on Packer games or have guests over because you can't find a parking spot in front of my house. That's how close I am. People park on the roads and they walk. Where are you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're in California. That's right. My leaves are changing, and actually, well, right now you look through our at trees here, and they're yellow and they're starting to fall, and orange. They're very pretty, actually. asked Scott if we were gonna do leaves, and he's like, "Nah, one more week." That's what he said. He's like, he he goes, "I just want this." He goes, "I just wanted." My husband's like, "I just want to relax." Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 9 miles from all the sports arenas and fields. 9 miles? Yeah. See, I'm on like blocks from Lambeau Field, literally. Because I said, "Are we doing leaves today?" And he's like, "Nope." He goes, "I gotta, because we got a rider that we put a bagger on." He goes, "I gotta switch that all over. I'll do that, get that done this weekend." He says, "And then next week, and we'll do leaves." And then he's like, me and my husband end up, we do 2 yards. We do our yard and we do my father-in-law's yard. Last year, we ended up doing my father-in-law's yard 6 times and ours 3. So Scott's new philosophy is let the leaves fall more and just get it done instead of doing it over and over. We're gonna let the leaves more fall down this year. Because I'm like, seriously? And he goes, yeah, I'm gonna get more, let the leaves get off the trees more, so we don't have to do it as often. We'll just get it done. Because it seems like every weekend for 3 weeks, that's all we did was leaves. So this year we're trying a new philosophy, and it's only him and I that do it. Last year the grandkids came and my daughter, because I was so mad. We have a healthy sister-in-law and brother-in-law that can't take a weekend and come up and assist us to help anything at my father-in-law's. And we always got one excuse after another not to be able to do it. And last year I was so mad because it was only Scott and I helping, especially my father-in-law, you know? So my daughter and son-in-law and the grandkids came over and helped do leaves last year with us. Because I'm like, I put a thing out, family message to everybody. He's always there to help you. Where are you when we need to get this done for Dad? And the only ones that showed up to assist us do leaves was my daughter. And my son would have been there. He did my own. I didn't got no messages from my brother-in-law or sister-in-law or my nephews. I got, and my daughter and her husband and kids showed up. My son messaged me and said, "Mom, I would be there, but I'm at work." My children responded. But then I called and because I said, "Let's have a leaf party." Because I'm like, "Let's have a leaf party, and then we'll have a grill out, you know? Everybody bring a dish of fast, we do leaves, and then we'll grill out." Nope. Didn't hear from the other side of the family at all. And kind of irritates me. Can you tell? I meant to do squares and I forgot squares. Oh well. Circles it is, because it's too late now. Ah. One of those communities. Yep. Small communities are dying out. I grew up where I grew up, you'd blink, you'd miss it. There's nothing there. Nothing. Green Bay was 40 minutes away from where I grew up. That's where I live now. And the school district I went to had a graduating class of 40 people. That's it. 40 people. And everybody knew your business. Yep. Well, right now with everybody like, we want $15 to work at McDonald's. Yeah, you can get your $15 to work at McDonald's. They'll give you it, but you ain't gonna get the hours. You're lucky you'll get 3 hours. They keep you right on the minimum of hours so they don't have to pay you insurance. The only reason I know that is I worked for fast food for many years. And they kept me right under the minimum so they wouldn't have to pay me insurance benefits. Oh, I got an itchy back. That's what I got left on the color. Not that much. I did that to my mom at the courthouse. She was a clerk. Yep. Yep. Always kept her below that 40 hours. My mom worked 3 jobs when I was a kid to get 40 hours a week so that she could make a living. She went and became a truck driver to make. And then she did that for 10 years. And then she got off the road, and then she went to school for to learn computering, and she became a dispatcher for a trucking company. And then it made a world of difference. But she worked her ass off. My dad didn't care. Lived in his fancy house with his new wife, and his other children are starving, basically. Always late on his child support. Well, see, my mom agreed to $25 a week child support, $50 a week child support for me. Well, once I turned 18, I was still in high school for a year and a half. So, due to the fact I was 18, the child support didn't go to my mom anymore. It went to me. I took my dad to court and got 70% of his income my senior year of high school. I gave it to my mom because I always said to my mom, I don't know why you let that man get away with not paying you what he's obligated. She didn't want to put up with the headache from him. I didn't care. And so he had to pay 70% of his income for a year and a half, which was $170 a week. And that he hates, and he holds that against me to this day. Yeah, I wouldn't settle for anything less than what he was obligated to. Could never, my mom just didn't want to deal with him. That's why she never pushed it. Well, I didn't care. Man never did anything for me, so I made him pay me 70%. I got $25 a month for 2 kids because he never worked. Yeah, I've been down to child support. My husband had to pay child support, and I received child support. And Diamond, that's my daughter. My husband has raised her since she was a year old. I call him her biological father, the sperm donor, okay? He took me to court and asked for his child support to be lessened while he went to school. So it went from 17% to $75 a month, or if he worked more than so many hours, that it read weird. Regardless, he was supposed to pay me $75 a month. But if he worked a job how it read is $75, no less than $75 unless he worked 40 hours a week. So if he worked 40 hours a week, he had to pay me the 17% or pay $75. So he never paid $75. Went to school for 3 years. I took him to court. He had to submit his W-2s. While he was going to school, he was making $32 an hour. He ended up owing me $8,000. And if he would have just paid that $75, there wouldn't have been nothing I could do. Yep. He quit a job that paid $38 an hour because he was an underwater welder. Because he didn't want to pay me child support at 17%. Well, he was a dumbass. This is how stupid he is. Because when we renegotiated a child support at the time, it was based off what he was making, which was $38 an hour. He still had to pay me for 3 years of what he had made at $38 an hour. Because he didn't want to pay me overtime. And I said to the judge, if he pays me regular child support, he can keep his overtime. I know how it is to have that overtime. I said, but he never pays current. So until he shows that he can stay current, I'm going to take what I can get. Yep. Yeah. He was such an idiot. He'd have paid that money. I gave him the break while he went to school. And what did he do? Didn't care. So it cost him in the long run, like an idiot. That's what the judge said. You could have paid that $75 and then been done with it. And there wouldn't have been nothing I could do. Nothing. Nada. He didn't pay one dime. My jaw dropped when he knew when he walked into court how much he owed me, what he was going to get nailed with. I had no clue. And then he wanted to put it in a trust. And I said, well, you didn't pay your child support. My husband and I supported our daughter. If somebody should get this money, it's my husband. And the judge's like, do you want to start a trust fund in some sort of, or was it not a trust fund? Oh, I forgot what it was called now. And the judge's like, no, if you want to do that on your own for your child, that's fine. But this is money you owe Mrs. Massey. You will pay it. And then he thought he was going to get away with just paying the $8,000 to me. He had to pay the $8,000 plus interest. He was not happy by the time he left court. And I'm thinking, well, you did it to yourself. My husband was never late on his child support payments. Never. It's one thing I can say about my husband, Scott. He always paid his child support. Always. You made them, you pay for them. Kids raise themselves. Oh yeah. So Scott paid his child support and had fought for years to see his child. I don't know how much money Scott and I call it wasted money trying to get visitation. And yeah, she took that money though, but wouldn't let. She would get told, but what I don't understand, and this is, I said this right to the judge. I almost went to jail. I'm like, why do you put an order in for visitation and the mother doesn't follow it, moves, doesn't let the father know where she moves to, and you don't hold the mother in contempt of court for not following a court order? What the hell? Why do you write them then? Why do you have them if you don't do it? We never ended up with visitation. The mother died, and then we ended up in a custody battle with the grandparents for the child. They made our life a living hell that we let the grandparents raise the child, and we never see her because it took our savings. It was causing problems in our marriage. So we finally said, but they didn't get child support anymore either, because that's one thing when we said if they want this child to have so much control of this child, they don't get child support either. Because Scott paid his child support up to the moment that the grandparents wanted full control. Because they also were getting death benefits. We were making a lot of money off of that child. That's all it was. And the judge saw it too. It was all about the money. Well, the thing is in child support never covers fully what a like when a child lives with the parent, like the mom or dad. It never totally covers the cost of raising that child. Never. 17% didn't cover cost of me raising my daughter. See, my husband, he understood that because he paid it out and I was receiving child support. And he saw firsthand exactly what it costs to raise your child. Never equals what the other parent. Never does. All right, what color do I want here? Let's do purple. I'm just going to do a purple line. And we'll do square. Oh, simple. we're gonna do dash, dash, dash. And let's go this round that way. We're gonna go that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. There we go. See this one? I like it the way it is. I will put a little border going around it, but I'll leave it. Okay, let's do it. I think I'm gonna go with pink here. And I'm just gonna do a little dot, dot, dot. Same thing here. I just like the way it looks. So I'm just gonna do a little dot border. Yeah. This one, I am going to highlight just a little green. I grabbed the wrong green. There we go. Ooh, it's actually some green on this side too. Just going to highlight the feel of them. I have mail coming from you today, Tina. Oh yeah, your order. I was like, why do you have mail coming from me? Wow, it just dawned on me. I bet they're fast. Yeah, I was eating dinner. I missed Bima's fabric sale. I don't know what y'all had. Did I miss Tim Holt's fabric? Not that I needed it. So I'm kind of glad I missed it because I don't need it. It's on the truck now. That's cool. Ooh, look at this one. I'm going to do this one in green. Okay, wrong green. This is the green I want. Well, that's cool. That's all I got left, and then I go to the second bunch. All right, this one needs some tea. What color? Let's go with this one. I'm gonna go. All right. All right. That pile is done. Hi, Jen. This pile is done. I added a little bit more color. Now this pile is a different story. This one is going to be, I got to mix them up though. Hang on a second. I got to get something real quick so I don't mix them up. Now, okay. All right. These are just going to be a basic. I'm not going to do much than just a little border going around them. Depending on what the side looks like. So this one, I am not adding anything except a border. Like that. I'm going to leave it. Let's see what the other side looks like. See another one? I'm just going to add a border. Just kind of 2 long stripes. Here's another one. I'm going to add a border, but this border is going to be so that I get it clean. Gonna be a white border. Maybe not. I got a new one. I got a brand new one sitting here. Okay. What the heck is going on with my white here? Jesus. Shake it. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Oh. Let's see now. There we go. Sometimes the white fades because of the paint. So you can't even see it. Can ya? I don't know what is going on with Arteeza's white pens. See? Well, there we go. Maybe I finally got it going on. Shake it a little bit more. There we go. Just white on that one. Oh, now this one, I'm going to do black. I'm going to just dot, little dot, line, dot, line, dot, line, dot, line, dot, line, dot, line, dot, line. Okay, this one needs some help. So I'm just going to go around it. Black. Just on the blue dots. To highlight the blue. Now, I'm just going to do a little line border. Hi, Deborah. There we go. I think I'm going to just real fine. See how that made a world of difference? Here's another one that I need. I was like, what can I do? So we're gonna start here, and I'm just gonna go up and then in a circle. And then I'm gonna skip a row. And let's do a straight line border. There we go. This one, I just like the looks of it. And we're gonna do just a white border. And that's done. There's another one. I think it needs something. So I'm just gonna highlight on the outside of the circle. And then let's do okay, we're gonna go here's another one. I'm just gonna add a little border just to highlight it. These aren't envelopes. They're just little art 4x6 pieces I did. Not envelopes. I could do envelopes. I've done envelopes. Are you talking the ones I did yesterday or the day before? Because I did little mini envelopes the other day. Like this. This is one of my envelopes from the other day. A little pocket envelope. I ended up with one extra. I don't know how I managed that, but I did. See, this one, I am just going to give it a border. So we're just going to do a straight border. I'm not going to do much to it. Same on this side. And then we have this one, which I'm going to go around a couple of them, every other one, just to give it a look. Actually, I'm going to go all the way around all of them because I screwed up. My bad. So I'll just do every one. And you don't have to be perfect on the square if you don't get it right on the edge. It don't matter. Now, just going to do a straight broad edge. And you could go if you wanted to. Just to give it some sort of look. There you go. Kind of. Ready? See this? Kind of was like that. I'm going to show you. You see the blue? It's a circle. Instead of doing the squares this time, I'm going to do the circle. I'm just going to go around and grab the circle. And then I'm just going to do a small border. Look at the two different looks. I think that looks cool. Oh, look at. Let's do these different too. So we got. All right, we're going to go inside of them. Okay. I'm going to do a long border. Okay, that's how that one's going to look. Now on this one, we're just going to follow the red. Even if the red's odd, we're just going to follow the red. And now we're just a little border. Don't worry about that. There we go. Two different looks, same paper pattern. Okay. That's how easy it is. You just kind of, these are all my backgrounds that I made. So let's see. This one's cool. I'm just going to let's do a white border on this. We'll see how white turns up. Whites sometimes don't like to take to some of my paints. And you don't even have to add a border. I like adding a border because it gives it a finishing look to me. I think. Oh, okay. Now we have this one. And I like how this looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the white. I'm going to pull the circle out. And nothing else on the design. Except pulling the circle out. And of course a little border. And I'm just going to do a long one. Well, that's done. We got another one. We're just going to pull the circle. And if you're not perfect, no big deal. You're basically, it's a background, and then whatever you put on top of it, it's up to you. Sometimes you lose it after you put a background in. you lose it and you're like, oh man, actually I'm going to go all the way across. But other times you don't. It all depends what you use them for. And I did my cards 2 different ways because I added more color. I can't believe I didn't do a border on that one. And with more color, hang on, I need a border on there. This one bugged the hell out of me that there's no border on this one. So we'll just go bam. Boom. There. So, like these have the color. I did color on these. This, I'm only doing black and white on this bunch. So here's this one. I am just going to leave it, or actually I'm going to highlight the small circles. And you don't have to be perfect. If your circles aren't perfect, they're not perfect. Then we're just going to do a quick border. I have to close that up. Ooh. All right. We're going to go this one. I'm going to skip one. This one. This one. Whoops. Should have did that one. Oh well. I'm going to do them all because I screwed up. See, I screwed up, and now I'm just going back and doing them all. Boom, done. This one, I'm just going to go inside the circle. Border. Boom. Ooh, another one. Okay, let's go this one. Skip. This one. This one. Skip. This one. Okay, this one. Skip. This one. This one. Skip. This one. skip. Put my finger there. So this one. I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do that one. I'm going to skip this one and do this one. And then this one. That one. This one. This one. There we go. And I will continue to do the whole pile. And then I will grab the ATCs. And I'm thinking about just leaving the ATCs the way they are, not adding to them. Because my agenda is you're going to get so many of this type in the package, and so many ATCs. The ATCs, I think I'm just going to leave plain, not add anything to them. But I don't think you need to sit here. I know how long I've been on here. Yeah, I've been on here 2 hours, and I'm getting hungry. Like this one, I love the way it looks. So I'm just gonna add, like I said, just a tiny border. I do mine different than some people leave them plain. I've done them just plain, but this bunch, I decided to do it this way. Ooh, look at that. Now, I'm going to highlight just the circles. And not all of them. Because, see these light blue? That's a glitter blue. I'm going to not do the glitter blue. It's glitter. Glitter blue. It's glitter, glitter. And now I'm just going to straight edge on this one. Another one, straight edge. See, these take a lot easier than the first bunch where I added more paint to them. These ones go faster because I'm just basically doing a basic background. I just left them. I'm just adding a little border or highlights here and there on some of them. Like this one. This is the wrong thing. It's actually supposed to be in here. So I might have just ended up with an extra. We will see. Like this one. I'm like, maybe I'll just do a And then boom. Ooh, this one needs some color, some black. So we're just going to go squares, all of them. Makes a world of difference. Hi, Vanessa. There's another one. I don't think it needs anything. We're just going to do a quick border. Backside's not the same thing. Just a quick. This one, I think it needs something. It's got circles, so we're gonna go here, here, and then here. Skip. Ziggy zaggy. See this one? We're gonna highlight the circle. Another circle one. So let's see. we're gonna do the fact that one's like that, we're gonna actually do every circle on this one. Just in case it ends up in the same pack. I try not, I shuffle once in a while. I try to so you don't get the same type when I make these. But once in a while, it happens. But it may be the same background paper image, but the top is different. And straight, we'll go straight edge. Backside. Let's see. We'll change this one up. We're going to go through this time. Same one, two different looks. Okay, here's this one. I'm not going to do much. Just do a little border on it. Because it is so dark with the black. So just do a little white border. Ooh, let's do. And a knife too. Boom. Just needed more after I turned it back. Good morning, Court. Just need a little bit more after I turned it over. Now, like this one, I could go in and highlight it, but I ain't going to. What I'm going to do is just give it a border, and I'm just going to give it a white border. I don't think it needs anything else. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna highlight. Oh, I got to push my chair out. There we go. Highlight some of the circles. I got 3 minutes and I'm getting off. What's up?
After I'm done with that, though, I'm gonna go start putting the movie cans in the trailer.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, I'll help. You taking them finally in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea before it really gets winterish.
You need the room for the next batch.
That and there we go. I'm gonna highlight. If you can't see where the stencil was, just create your own square or circle, whatever you choose. All right, Court. Good morning, ladies. Popping in for a bit. Yeah, I know. I have stuff to do too. I got it. This is my last card, and I have to get off. Mm. There we go. All done. So I got about this many to finish. And then I'll determine how many are going to go per pack. I got 40 of each pack. 40 of the ones that I did it with color. Then there'll be 40 of the ones I did with black and white. And then I have to figure out the Dubai to see how many go per pack. And then ACTC cards. ATC. Yeah, ATC cards will go in each pack as well. And they will be in my upcoming sale or next sale I have. So I want to thank you guys for watching, hanging in with me today. Thanks for the thumbs up. I greatly appreciate those. And I might see you possibly tomorrow. As always, be happy, be kind, be safe, be funny, be crafty. Bye for now. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your day. Bye, Jennifer. Bye, everybody else that's in here. Thanks for watching. Bye.